in to the YouTube channel of BYJU'S Exam Prep. I am Gourav Gupta, and I once again welcome all of you on the YouTube channel of BYJU'S Exam Prep. Definitely in the next session, in the series of sessions that we are running for all of you. The series of session, as you all know, is called Last Lap to NMAT. So, friends, can you please quickly confirm if I'm audible and clearly visible to all of you so that we can continue this session? We can begin with this session quickly. So, please quickly confirm if I'm audible and visible. All right. Varun, good afternoon. Good to see you in this session. Yes, Varun, after a very long time. Yes, I can say that. Okay. So I was on a small vacation, but yes, definitely I'm back once again. Good time before CAT and other examinations so that I can deliver some quality sessions for all of you. So I can say that I can I've got a confirmation from some of the students that I'm audible and visible. Okay, so friends, let's begin with this session. So this is last lap to NMAT, the examination for entrance of for MBA entrance examinations for Narsi Munji Institute of Management Studies. Now, in this session, we are going to take on data interpretations and the three types of questions in data interpretation, that is pie chart, bar graph, and line chart. Now, before I'll actually start solving questions, start telling you something about pie chart, bar chart, and line chart, I'm hopeful that all of you must be knowing the pattern of this examination or the type of questions that you'll be getting specifically in this section. Now, these type of questions, when we talk about data interpretation in specific, so we can say that these type of questions of data interpretation you can find in the QA section of Narsi Munji. Yes. Now, talking about this year's pattern, definitely we have seen some changes in the pattern of Narsi Munji over the previous years. But this year, we can say that as per the pattern of Narsi Munji aptitude test, in these three sections, logical reasoning, quantitative skills, and language skills, the number of questions will be equal. Yes, there will be 36 questions in each of these sections, but the time that will be allocated to all of you will be different. Now, talking about specifically the section in which we can find the questions of data interpretation, the data interpretation questions will be there in the section of quantitative skills, having 36 questions in total, including the questions of quant as well as data interpretation, as well as data sufficiency. Yes, so these 36 questions in total will be or should be completed in a matter of 52 minutes. So yes, you will get 52 minutes to complete these 36 questions. And if we look at the weightage of data interpretation out of these 36 questions, so you can easily find somewhere around 8 to 10 questions. 8 to 10 questions बहुत easily आ सकते हैं. There can be more number of questions from data interpretation, but expect a minimum of 8 to 10 questions from data interpretation in quantitative skills section of Narsi Munji examination, right? Now, the level of difficulty of this examination is considerably low as compared to some of the other examinations like CAT or ZAT or IFT. So, you can also expect the level of difficulty of data interpretation questions to be very low. The data that will be given to you will be very easy to interpret, will be very easy to handle, and the questions, most of the questions will be direct. Okay, now each of these questions can easily be solved in a matter of 45 seconds to 1 minute. Yes, I'm serious on that. So you can say that the level of difficulty on a lower side. So out of these 36 questions in 52 minutes, you must target at least 30 to 32 questions. Yes, so 30 to 32 questions should be targeted in this section. And looking at the questions of data interpretation, yes, you should be able to solve each and every question on data interpretation. The questions are not very difficult. Most of these questions are based on percentage and ratio calculations. All right, so let us start with these questions. Mohit, welcome to the session, and other students who are already there in the session, I welcome all of you. Okay, so let's start this. So we know that the level of difficulty is easy, and just for your information, in the last year I have scored 100 plus marks in this particular section. Yes, so the paper is slightly on a lower level of difficulty, and you can target maximum number of attempts, especially in this section. 36 questions, so target or finish at least 30 to 32 questions in this section. All right. Okay, so friends, let us begin with this session. So first of all, we'll be looking at some questions on pie charts. So I have tried to include more number of different sets. So you may find 2 or 3 questions in each of these sets, but we'll be looking at more number of sets in this session. Okay. So talking about pie charts. So pie chart basically is the representation of data in a circular form in which a complete circle is divided in different sectors. Now, the values of these sectors can be in terms of percentages. To make things a little complex, what they may do is instead of mentioning percentages, they may give you these values in terms of the central angle. And the central angle will be in terms of degrees. All right. So it may be possible that the entire pie chart may be divided into percentages and the total percentage will be 100%, or it will be divided in degrees and each of these angles, the sum of each of these angles will be equal to 360 degrees. All right, so let us start with the first set. All of you be ready with your rough sheets and a pen. Okay, and we'll be solving these questions, and as usual, in my previous sessions, what I was doing, so as usual, I'll be giving you somewhere around 30 seconds to 45 seconds for each of these questions. Okay, the time that I'll be giving you will vary as per the level of difficulty of each of these questions. All right, so let's begin with this session. The first set on your screen now. I want 100% participation from all of you. Okay, now before we start this session, I want all of you to like, subscribe and press the bell icon so that you will not miss any of these sessions. Now, we have already conducted a lot of sessions in this series of Last Lap to Narsimunji. If you have missed any of these sessions, don't worry, all these sessions are available on YouTube channel of BYJU'S Exam Prep and you can have a look at these sessions. But before that, make sure that you will be showing 100% participation in this session. All right. Okay. So the first set on your screen now, these are the directions for the first set, the pie chart. So study the given pie chart and answer the questions that will follow. The pie chart given below shows the percentage distribution of number of widgets produced by 5 companies. So the company names are A, B, C, D, E, and the color index is given below the pie chart. The total number of widgets that they have produced is given as 8800. All right. So 8800 is the total number of widgets which are produced. And these widgets are divided in 5 companies, A, B, C, D, E. So the percentage breakup of the total number of widgets produced is given by this pie chart. All right. So simple. The data is very simple. There is no problem in reading the data. As I can see that A is represented by the dark blue color out of the 2 blues. So this will be A, B. So A will be 5%, B is 12%, C is 24%, D is 32%, and E is 27%. All right. So let's begin with this quickly. So the first question on your screen now, how would the distribution of number of widgets sold by the company C be represented in terms of degrees? So you just have to convert percentage into degrees. I'll show you the pie chart as well. So this is the pie chart associated with the question. So how would the distribution of number of widgets sold by company C be represented in terms of degrees? So whatever percentage coverage is for company C, what you have to do is you have to convert that in terms of degrees, in terms of angle. So quickly give me an answer for this. Which of these 5 options is correct? Yes, anyone? Now what you can do is you can go for complete calculations. You can go for like precise answer, but there is no need to do that, especially in these type of examinations. So what you can do is you can go for an approximate calculation. All right, just find out the range of the final answer, and that might help you in marking or in selecting one of these 5 options. Okay, so Nehar and Mohit says answer is option E. So Nehar and Mohit, let's check it out. So let's solve this. Now they're talking about company C. Company C's percentage contribution is 24%. Now since we have to convert this value in terms of degrees, so I'll calculate 24% of 360. All right, now 24% of 360. Now, one is you can go for exact calculations. Now, 24% of 360 is not a difficult calculation to do, but I'll be using approximations. I'll not be using pen and paper to find the answer, and then I'll quickly mark the option. Okay. Now, 24%, let us analyze what is an easier percentage value near to 24%. 25%, right? Now, if I'll calculate 25% of 360, 25%, which is 1/4 of a value, okay? So instead of calculating 24%, मैं क्या कर रहा हूँ? मैं 25% calculate कर रहा हूँ because 25% of any number is easy to calculate. So 25% of 360, that is 1/4 of 360. 1/4 of 360 orally भी हम calculate कर सकते हैं. Yes, Varun, absolutely correct. So we can calculate orally as well. So it will be 90. So 25%, if I'll calculate, will be 90 degrees in terms of angles. Now, since I have to calculate 24%, so 24% should be slightly less than 90 degrees. Okay, slightly less than 90 degrees. Now select one of the options which is slightly less than 90 degrees. So the option that satisfies this criteria is option E, that is 86.4, and there is no other value which is slightly less than 90 degrees. All right. So 24% of 360 calculate करने में ज़्यादा time नहीं लगेगा. But since we are given only 52 minutes for 36 questions in this section, we'll have to save even 10 or 15 seconds if we can in every question. Okay, so 10 या 15 questions में, like if you are able to save 10 to 15 minutes in 10 to 15 questions, so you will have 3 or 4 minutes extra, and that may increase the number of your attempts by 3 or 4 questions. 3 or 4 questions, each having 3 marks. That means in one section you can manage to increase your score by 9 or 10 marks, right? So please try to attempt all these things, try to manage all these type of calculations orally in a quicker manner. Try to apply approximation techniques while solving these questions. Okay, so the answer for this question should be option E, that is 86.4. Let's quickly move towards the next question. Question number 2, based on the same set. Question says that what is the difference between the number of widgets produced by company E and the number of widgets produced by company B and C together? Okay, now this is the entire data. Now those who have joined late, I can tell them that the total number of widgets was 8800. Okay, so the base is 8800, and now you can solve this question. You can quickly give me an answer for this one, all of you together. So what is the difference between the number of widgets produced by company E and companies C and B together? Any answer for this one? Again, थोड़ा सा approximations use कर सकते हो because all the options that are given to you in this question are very far away from each other. So options are in the range of 300s, 400s, 600s, 700 and 800s. Karthik, you are asking the difference between CAT and NMAT Quant section. Now, apart from the number of questions and the time limit, I can say that only difference between these two papers is like in NMAT, in quant section you will find the questions of data interpretation as well as data sufficiency. In CAT there is a separate section for the questions of data interpretation, right? So in CAT, data interpretation questions will not be there in quant section, but in NMAT DI questions will be there in quant section. Also, one of the biggest difference is in the level of difficulty. Okay, so there is huge difference between the level of difficulty between the questions of quant in these two examinations. Okay. All right. So Nehar, Mohit, and Varun have already given the answer. So let's quickly calculate the answer. Now, difference between the number of widgets produced by company E. So first of all, for company E, I'll look at the percentage breakup, and it is 27%. All right. Now for B and C together, B plus C. So B plus C is, sorry, not this one. Wait, I'll erase this. So B and C. So this is B and this is C. So 12 and 24, I'll take it together. 12 and 24, it is 36%. Now, there are two ways of going further. So what you can do is you can either calculate the separate values for these two. So you can calculate 27% of 8800 and 36% of 8800 separately and then calculate the difference. Otherwise, you can calculate the difference at this point between 27 and 36. Okay, so between 27 and 36, the difference is 9, and then calculate 9% of 8800. Right? So this is an easier way to calculate. So 9% of 8800 you can calculate. Okay, and this value will come out to be 792. So 792 will be the answer. Yes, this is the one. Okay. Okay, so Karthik, as far as the topics are concerned, more or less CAT and NMAT has exactly the same topics. Okay, it's just the weightage of some of the areas that will matter. Like in Narsi Munji, generally, I'm not like mentioning this fact particularly. Okay, so generally, you might not see very difficult questions from algebra, like from inequalities, modulus, functions, and graphs. Generally, you will not see questions from this topic in Narsi Munji examination, but you will definitely see those questions in CAT examination. All right. Okay, so let's go further. So answer for this question is 792, and yes, it is option B. Okay, now moving further, let's take on the next set, the second set for the day. These are the directions for the second set. Again, a set on pie chart. The given below pie chart shows a degree distribution. Now this time it is degree distribution of monthly expenditure of a person. Okay, read this pie chart carefully. Don't worry, this pie chart will be available with the questions. So this is the degree wise distribution of the monthly expenditure of Amit. These expenditures are rent, bill, taxes, food, petrol, and others. Okay. Yes, Neha. So the level of difficulty that I'm taking, because we cannot get the exact questions because Narsi Munji अपना paper release नहीं करता है, ठीक है? So the questions that I'm covering, yes, you will find the similar level of difficulty in Narsi Munji. Slightly higher, slightly lower हो सकता है, because also the level of difficulty of questions in Narsi Munji varies. Okay, but you can say that the level of difficulty that I am considering, I'm taking right now, is similar to what you will see in Narsi Munji. So the first question based on this set is, if the expenditure on rent is 24,000, then expenditure on petrol and bill together is how much more than expenditure on other categories? Pie chart on your screen now. So let's look at this question. Let me see how many of you will be able to give me an answer quickly. Karthik and Neha, I hope I have resolved your queries. In case you want anything to ask, you can post it in the chat box, and I'll definitely love to answer whatever like confusion you have. Okay. All right. Anyone who would like to answer this one? Expenditure on rent is given. Now, where is rent? Rent is this one. Now you can say that 60 degrees represents 24,000. Okay, 60 degrees represent 24,000. No need to calculate the total expenditure, right? Leave it as it is. 60 degrees represents 24,000. Okay, now let's see what they are asking. The expenditure on petrol and bill together. So where is petrol? Petrol is 45 and bill is 48. So 45 plus 48. This is petrol and bill together, which is 93 degrees. So petrol and bill together, the angle will be 93 degrees. Is how much more than expenditure on others? Expenditure on others is 90. All right. So the difference between these two is 3 degrees. Right. Now question says that 60 degrees represents 24,000. So 3 degrees will represent how much? So what you can do is you can apply uniformity here. Okay, simple question hai. 60 degree represents 24,000. 3 degrees will represent how much? So what should be the answer for this one? Yes, anyone? Anyone among the among the 5 options that are given to you? Simple. अब 60 से 24,000 जाने के लिए क्या किया मैंने? 400 से multiply किया. I have multiplied it by 400. So 3 multiply by 400. You can say 1200 should be the answer. Okay, so the answer for this question should be 1200, which is option A. All right, simple question tha. I was expecting an answer from a lot of you. Yes, Nihar and Varun have already given the answers. Nice, two of you. Mohit has also given. Prajwal, you have given the answer. And other students, guys, kya kar rahe ho? There are around 15-20 students in this session right now. So please, I requested for 100% participation from all of you. So please, these questions are very easy. You can give your answers. Okay. So the next question based on the same pie chart. Total expenditure on rent and food together is what percentage more or less than total expenditure on bill? So the data is in front of you. Now you can start solving. And yes, I can say that you can get the answer of this question orally. So orally try करने की कोशिश करो. So expenditure, total expenditure on rent and food. So look at the contribution of rent and food. Now this is what percentage more or less than the total expenditure on bill. So rent and food together, 60 plus 72 is 132. Okay. And bill is how much? 48. So bill is 48. Now we have to find out 132 is what percentage more than 48. So the calculation will be 132 minus 48 divided by 48 into 100. Okay. Now 132 and 48, the difference here is 84. So 84 divided by 48 into 100. Now you can simplify these two values. Both are divisible by 12. So 12 into 4 is 48 and this is 7. Now 7 by 4 as a fraction. 7 by 4 as a fraction, easy to convert it in percentages. So the answer will be 175 percentage. And let's see how many of you have given the correct answer. So again, Mohit, Nihar and Varun, 3 of you have given the correct answer. Absolutely correct. 175 degrees more should be the answer. Okay, so the correct answer here is option C. And let's move ahead and look at next set. Okay, so these two sets we have seen on pie charts. Now let's change our direction and go towards bar graphs. So let's solve some of the questions based on bar graphs. But before that, some information. So bar graph kya types ke ho sakte hain? What can be the different types of bar graphs that you can see? Now they can be simple bar graphs, multiple bar graphs, compounded bar graphs, percentage bar graphs, horizontal or vertical bar graphs, or floating bar graphs. Okay, so these are different types of bar graphs that you can see. Now it doesn't matter the type of bar graph that you will see as coming in your question in the form of data. Doesn't matter at all. It's just that all these bar graphs are similar to each other. You must be able to pick the values from all these bar graphs, right? Okay, so let's have a look at one of the questions on bar graphs. Okay, so Videep and Prajwal have also given the answers. Videep and Prajwal, try to increase your speed. ठीक है? तो थोड़ा सा और participate करो, थोड़ा सा और focus करो questions में, हाँ? And try to increase your speed. Now you must have noted, yes, compounded, Mohit, absolutely compounded means cumulative. You can say that. Okay. Now, Prajwal, Videep, and other students, you must have noticed in the last question, I have not considered the values. I have worked on degrees only. Okay, so this is what you can do to save your time in these calculations. Okay, all right. So directions for the next set to all of you. Study the following bar graph carefully. The given below bar graph. So I'll display the bar graph. So understand what all will be given. It shows the percentage of labor, adult male labor and adult female labor. So the bar graph is going to show you adult male labor and adult female labor, and it will be a percentage breakup of that out of total labor working in the firm ABC in 5 different years. Also, it is given that total labor is equal to adult male labor plus adult female labor plus the child labor. So there is something called child labor as well. But the bar graph will give you information about the adult male and adult female labor. You will have to, definitely you can do that. You will have to find out the percentage of child labor out of the total labor for each of these 5 years. So the bar graph is in front of you now. So this is the bar graph. So as you can see, if I look at the data for 2011 adult male labor represented by blue bar, which is 50 percentage. Adult female labor is 30 percentage. So I can say that the child labor will be how much? It will be 20 percentage of the total labor. Okay, so adult male and adult female I can pick up from the bar graph, and hence I can calculate the percentage of child labor after subtracting these values from 100. Okay, so this is how you can get the values from the bar graph and hence look at or calculate the value of the child labor, right? So let's move on to the first question. First question based on this bar graph. Read it carefully. If ratio of number of female child labor to the number of male child labor in the year 2013 is 3:4 and their difference is 96, then what is the difference between the number of adult male and adult female labor in that particular year? I'll show you the bar graph. All right, so now you can go ahead and quickly solve this question. Now this should not take more than a minute. So Neha, as you will notice, like if you are present right now in this session, so as you can notice, we are also solving the questions of different level of difficulty. Okay, now this question which is there on the screen, it is not difficult, but it is slightly lengthy. I can say that the statement of the question was a little bigger. Okay, and you will have to do more number of calculations as compared to the previous questions that we have seen. All right, any answer for this one? So let me start solving, and meanwhile you all can post your answers. Now they are talking about year 2013. So first of all, year 2013, male is 40 and female is between 30 and 40. So this is 32. So male and female 40 and 32, that is 72 percentage is considered by, is covered by male and female adult. Okay. Now, if 72 is adult labor, then child labor will be 28 percentage, right? Now in child labor, the ratio of female and male, the ratio of female and male is given as 3:4. Now if I divide this 28% in the ratio of 3:4, then 12 and 16 correspondingly will be the values or will be the percentages of female and male child labor. All right, fine. So female and male child labor को भी मैंने break कर लिया है. 12% is female and 16% is male. Now the difference between these two values, that is 4%, in the question says that it is represented by 96. So 4% is represented by 96. All right, fine. Varun, Videep, are you following me? Prajwal, are you following me? Right? So this difference 12% and 16%, ये वाला जो difference है, which is 4%, is represented by 96. Now the question is asking you the difference between the number of adult male labor is 40 percentage, and adult female labor, which is 32 percentage. So you will have to find the difference between these two values, which is 8 percentage. All right. Now, if 4% represents 96, then 8% will represent 96 multiplied by 2. So the answer should not be 96. Answer should be 96 multiplied by 2. That is 192. All right. So I don't know how all of you have committed the same mistake. It seems as if Prajwal, Varun and Videep, three of you are sitting together. Okay. So answer will not be 96. Answer will be 192. That is 96 multiplied by 2. I hope you have understood the mistake that you have committed. I hope. Okay. So the correct answer for this question is option B, that is 192. Rakshit has given the correct answer. Okay. Let's move on to the next question, question number 2, based on the same data. Now this time be a little more careful. Yes, Videep, solve हो जाता है. You are absolutely correct, but time लगता है. The only problem is lack of practice. ठीक है? So if you want to increase your speed as well as accuracy, the only thing that you need to do is practice. There is no shortcut for that. Practice will make you perfect. Okay, will increase your speed and accuracy as well. Question number 2. Okay, so Videep, I'll go back to the previous question quickly since you have requested it. Okay, so Videep, quickly just focus the red color. Okay, now 40 is the contribution, is the for male adult, and 32 is female adult. Now sum is 72. So child labor will be 28. The ratio of female and male child labor is 3:4. Okay, so if I divide 28 in the ratio 3:4, it will be 12 and 16 percentage respectively for female child labor and male child labor. Question says that their difference is 96. So 12 and 16, that means 4%. The difference here, 4% represents 96 in numbers. Okay, so 4% is represented by 96. Now we have to find out the difference between adult male and adult female. Adult male is 40%, adult female is 32%. The difference is 8%. So if 4% represents 96, then 8% will represent 96 ka double. That is 96 into 2. That is 192. Okay. I hope I am clear with this. Let's quickly move on to the second question. Second question, the total number of labor working in 2015 are 20% more than that of the total labor working in 2011. Then find out total adult female labor working in 2015 is what percentage more than total child laborers working in 2011. Slightly complex. You need to treat a lot of data in a single question. Carefully solve this one. Take your time, no hurries, solve this one. Now it might be possible the questions that I am taking right now, you may find them to be slightly on a higher level of difficulty as compared to the questions of Narsimunji. But it's good to be prepared for slightly higher level of difficulty. So these questions, the difference between the level of difficulty is not much. Similar hai, thoda sa high ho sakta hai, but it's good that you are preparing for this. Okay. All right, Nihar, wonderful. A quick answer from your side. All right, so let me start solving this one. So total number of labor working in 2015 are 20% more than the total labor working in 2011. I'll assume that the total labor working in 2011 is 100. Okay, so total labor working in 2015 should be 20% more than this. That means 120. Okay, so I started by assuming the number of labor working in 2011 as 100. So total labor working in 2015 will be 20% more than that. That is 120. Now let us divide all of them. Let us see what all is required. So we want total adult female labor working in 2015. Adult female labor percentage is 24 percentage. Okay, so 24 percentage of 120. This is what we need. 24 percentage of 120. This value is what percentage more than total child labor in 11. So child labor in 11, ye male is 50, female is 30, so child labor will be 20%. So child labor in 2011 will be 20 percentage of 100. Okay, now we have to find out this first value is what percentage more than the second value. Now how I solve these questions, I'll calculate the ratio of these two values. I'll calculate the simplest ratio of these two values. ठीक है, so इसको simplify करते हैं. So cancel हो जाएंगी काफी सारी चीजें. So this will be 6, this will be 5, this will be 6, this will be 5. So 36 upon 25. So one value is 36, another value is 25. So 36 is what percentage more than 25 is what I will calculate. Okay, so मैंने क्या किया, मैंने ratio निकाला, values को simplify किया. Simplified values are 36 and 25. Okay, so 36 is what percentage more than 25, ये calculate कर लो. So 36 is 11 more than 25, multiplied by 100, you will get 44 percentage as your answer. Now 44 percentage given correctly by a lot of you. Okay, so let's see how many of you have given. Nihar, Mohit, Varun, Videep, Rakshit, all of you have given the correct answer as 44%. It's just the way you are solving it, it's just the time that you are taking to solve each of these questions. Okay, all right. Now friends, you must see a poll on your screen which is asking you which newspaper do you read. So if you can see this poll, quickly give an answer for this poll. A question on your screen. Okay, so quickly mark an answer about the newspaper that you read. Okay, meanwhile we'll go to the next question. The answer for this one was 44%. Okay, now the third question, the same set. Solve this quickly. If ratio of adult male laborers working in 2011 and 2012 is 5:4 and total laborers working in these 2 years is 4400, then find total child laborers working in these 2 years. Varun, you don't have to post here. वहीं पे ही जो poll था उसी में ही आपको अपना आंसर मार्क करना है. You will have to mark your answer in the same poll. All right, great, good, thank you. So if the ratio of adult male laborers working in 11 and 12 is 5:4, and the total laborers working in these 2 years is in the ratio of 4400. So 2 years की बात है, 2011 and 2012. I'll start by assuming 100x as the total labor in 2011. Just look at the way I'm solving this. And 100y as the total labor in 2012. Okay, now ratio of adult male laborers in these 2 years is given. So in first case it will be 50x. In the second case it is 48y. All right, so 50x and 48y. The ratio is 5:4. Okay, now let's simplify this ratio. So this will become 12, this will become 10. All right, and x upon y you will get as 6 upon 5. Okay, so this ratio is obtained. Now x upon y is the ratio of the population of is the ratio of total laborers in these 2 years. 100x 100y, अगर इसका भी ratio देखोगे तो x upon y ही आएगा. So I can say that x upon y 6 upon 5 is the ratio of the total labor in these 2 years. Also, the sum of the laborers in these 2 years is given as 4400 in the question. So 4400 को क्या करना है, 6:5 के ratio में divide करना है. Right? Am I clear? So if you divide 4400 in the ratio 6:5, you will get 2400, as the population of 2011 and 2000 as the population of 2012. Okay, now we have to find out the total child labor of these 2 years. Total child labor. So in the first year 2011, the percentage of child labor is 20%. In the second one, again it is 20%. Okay, so you can calculate 20% of these two values. So 20% of 4400, that is 880 will be the answer. Okay, so 880 will be the final answer. Now मजे की बात अब ये है, if we would have observed these two values earlier, अगर हमने ये पहले ही observe कर लिया होता, since they are same, there is no need to calculate these things. Okay, so you could have directly calculated 20% of 4400 directly, and that was the answer. And this can only be done if these two percentage values for the child labor is same. अगर ये same नहीं होती, then हम ये चीज नहीं कर पाते. Okay, since this is same 20% and 20% in both the years, then you could have directly calculated 20% of 4400, and that would have been the answer. Okay, so 880, yes, it is the correct answer, but definitely I have also taken a slightly longer way because you didn't observe that fact that I've just told you. But if you would have observed it earlier, then ये answer less than 10 seconds में हो सकता था. Okay, all right, let's move to the next set on bar graphs only. Okay, all of you, the bar graph below shows the number of cars manufactured in thousands by two companies, Tata and Mahindra, over 5 different years. Okay, Karthik, I'm really sorry, I'll not be able to go back to the previous question. I'm really sorry. So आप क्या करना, सेशन खत्म होने के बाद just scroll back a little bit and understand whatever I've explained at that moment. Okay, really sorry, we'll have to go ahead, we'll have to continue. The bar graph below shows the number of cars manufactured in 1000 by two companies, Tata and Mahindra, over the 5 years. So this is the bar graph for all of you. Don't worry, the bar graph will be available for each and every question. So the values are written over the bars, so there is no need to calculate these values because they are in front of you. Let's look at question number 1 based on this set. Find the ratio of total number of Tata cars manufactured in 93 and 94 together to the total number of Mahindra cars manufactured in 93 and 94 together. Quickly give me an answer for this one. Any answer for this one? Okay, now Tata cars in 93 and 94. So Tata is in blue color, 93 and 94. So 4 and 2.3, that is 6.3. We have to find the ratio of this number with the total number of Mahindra cars in the same years, 93 and 94. So it is 2.1 and 1.5, that is 3.6. So if you calculate the ratio, 0.9 is getting cancelled. So 7 upon 4. 7 upon 4, that is option D is the correct answer, and given by Karthik, Nehar, Mohit and Varun. Prajwal, where are you? You are not posting your answers. Rakshit, come on. Videep, Neha, post your answers. Solve all these questions. Other students who are also there in this session, requesting all of you to post your answers. Okay, participate in this session. So the correct answer, yes, it is 7:4. Let's move on to the next one. If the manufacturing of Tata cars in 1995 is increased by 12.5% from the year 1991, and for Mahindra cars it is decreased by 9.09% from year 1991, then find the ratio of Tata cars manufactured in 95 to Mahindra cars manufactured in year 1995. So in the bar graph, the data for year 1995 is not given, but its relation of the values for both Tata and Mahindra is given in the question. Okay, So quickly calculate these numbers and post your answer. Be careful, increased by 12.5 percentage and decreased by 9.09 percentage. So you can or you must know the fractional equivalent of these percentages. Okay. So the comparison is with the years with the year 1991. So 1991, the value of Tata is 2. Okay. So in 1995, the value of Tata will be 12.5 percentage more than 2. Now 12.5 percentage is nothing but 1 by 8. So the value of Tata in the year 1995 should be 2 plus 1 by 8 of 2. All right. So 2 plus 1 by 4, that is 2.25. So 2.25 will be the value of Tata in the year 1995. And similarly for Mahindra, the value has decreased by 9.09 percentage. So can you tell me 9.09 percentage if I want to convert it in fractions? So what will be the fractional equivalent of this? So 4.4, since it is decreased by 9.09 percentage, 9.09 percentage is 1 by 11. So 1 by 11 of 4.4. Exactly, Nihar. Wonderful. So 1 by 11 of 4.4. How much? It will be 4.4 minus 0.4, that is 4. So need to find out the ratio. So 2.25 divided by 4. This will be the ratio. So it will be equal to 9 upon 16. So 9 upon 16 will be the final answer. Answer is option C. And yes, we can mark it and move ahead. Okay. So option C, 9 is to 16 is the final answer. All right. Let's move ahead and look at next set related to bar graphs. All of you be ready for the next set. Direction says that in the bar graph given below, it will be shown, don't worry. It is about the percentage distribution of adult male, female, male children and female children. It will be given. Study the data carefully and answer the related questions. So now the entire population is divided in 4 parts: female children, male children, adult females and adult males. Okay. So we have seen similar type of questions earlier, but this time the values are not specifically mentioned. You will have to estimate the values from the bar graphs. Okay. Now let's look at the first question related to this. Question says that if the number of female children in city D is 10,000, then what is the difference between total number of adult males and that of adult females in this city? I'll give you a minute for this one. Let's see who will give me the quickest answer. You will have to work on the approximation techniques for this question. Okay, so approximation, like more of approximations to pick up the values from these bars will be required in this one. All right, so let's start solving this. Now, first of all, the given data, the number of female children in city D. So they are talking about city D, female children. That means this part. This part clearly is 20 percentage. So they are saying that 20 percentage represents how much? 10,000. 20% represents 10,000. Okay, so this is what is given in the question. Now what we have to find out? Let's see. We have to find out the difference between total number of adult males. So adult males is this one, the topmost, okay, and adult females is this one. Now adult males कितना है check करते हैं. So 20% 30, 35% approximately. I can say that. So adult males is 35 percentage. Adult females देखते हैं 5 and 20, 25 and 5, 30 percentage approximately. Okay, so 35 percentage and 30 percentage. What is the difference between these two values? The difference between these two values is 5 percentage. So the question says that if 20% represents 10,000, then 5% will represent how much? So 5% definitely will be 1/4 of 20%. So the answer should be 10,000 divided by 4, that is 2,500. So 2,500 should be the correct answer. And yes, we have this number, this value among the options. And wow, good to see that. Mohit, Karthik, Neha, Videep, Kushal, Varun, all of you have given this answer. No, Varun has given 5. Varun has written 5. I don't know why. But Mohit, Karthik, Neha, Videep, and Kaushal, all of you have given option B as the answer. Lovely to see that. Okay, let's look at one more question on this. 2,500 is the correct answer. Yes. Question number 7 on your screen related to the same data. If the number of children in cities D and E is equal, then population of city D is what percentage more or less than that of E? A very simple question. Please don't commit any mistake. The number of children in these two cities is equal. The number of children is equal. It is given. Any answer? Okay. Now they're talking about city D and E. So I'll assume that the total population of D is D. D ही assume कर लेते हैं and total population of E is E. Now the number of children will include female as well as male children. It is equal. So first of all, let us talk about D. How many children does it have? So female children is 20% and male children is 15%. So total number of children here is 35 percentage of the total population, which is equal to the corresponding value of city E. So city E, this is 15% and this is 15%, so total 30%. So this is equal to 30 percentage of the total population of E. So population of D and population of E, what will be the ratio? It will be 30 upon 35, that is 6 upon 7. So 6 upon 7 is the ratio of the population of D and E. So I can say that population of D is less than the population of E by how much percentage? So percentage value will be 1 divided by 7 into 100. Okay, so 1 upon 7 value होती है 14.28 percentage, and 14.28 percentage among the given options can be identified easily. So 14.28%, the answer should be option D, that is 14 by 7. And up till this point, no one has posted his or her answer. So I can say that this one was easy, but I don't know why none of you is able to post your answer. Calculate the answer. Okay. All right. I hope all of you have understood this one. So the correct answer here will be 14 2 by 7. Yes, option D, Varun, Kaushal. Option D is the correct answer. Okay. All right. Now let's move towards the last part of this session, line graphs. A little bit about line graphs. Okay, so we'll take a break of a few seconds. Meanwhile, I request all of you to press the like button, subscribe our channel of YouTube BYJU'S Exam Prep, and press the bell icon so that you will not miss the notifications of upcoming sessions. All right? Okay. Now line graphs ज़्यादा डिटेल में इसके बारे में कुछ है नहीं. Line graphs data similar होता है bar graph से ही, but in line graphs these are used to track changes over short and long period of time. Okay, right? And normally following things are required to analyze in the line graphs. So you may need to calculate increase in the profit in absolute terms or in percentage terms, right? You can be asked to find out the growth rate of any given duration from a particular year to another year. You can be asked to find out the average annual growth rate or the capacity utilization. Now all these are simple. Okay, all right, so let's look at the data for the next set. There will be three questions in the set, and I want all of you to be solving these and giving me answers properly. Okay, so the line graph here gives you the data about the import and export values in crores. Careful, note down, in crores of India during 5 years. So 5 year period is given. The data is giving you the import and export of India. Note, profit is export minus import, and profit percentage is profit divided by imports multiplied by 100. Okay. Kaushal, you need to increase the score by like at least 20-25 marks. Okay. 190, it is fine, but try to increase your score. Okay. All right. So the first question on your screen based on this data, what is the average profit of India during these 5 years? What is the average profit during these 5 years? Yes, any answer? What is the average profit in these 5 years? Simple question here. Okay, so the profit in the first year, let's calculate. So exports minus imports, orange minus blue. So 2500 minus 1500, 1000 is the profit for the first year. For the next year, the profit is 3000 minus 1000, that is 2000. For the third year, we don't have a profit, so I'll write the negative profit. So 2500 minus 2000, or iska reverse, 2000 minus 2500, that is minus 500 is the profit for the third year. For the fourth year, it will be 3500 minus 2500, 1000 rupees profit. And for the last year, again, I have a negative profit of 500. Okay. Now, all of you tell me what is the total profit here. So total profit here is 3000. Yes, it is 3000. 3000 is the total profit for 5 years. Average profit will be 3000 upon 5. That is 600. So 600 should be the answer. Mohit, I'm sorry. 3000 was the total profit. Question was asking about the average profit of these 5 years. So this value should be divided by 5. So 600 should be the correct answer, which is none among the first four options. So the answer will be Mohit and Kaushal. Answer will be option E, and it will not be option A. Okay. So answer is 600. Option E is correct. Let's look at second question based on this. What was the percentage of profit during 2015-16? Very easy question. Percentage profit during 2015-16. All right, let's see. So 2015-16, export is 3500 and import is 2500. So profit, the value of profit will be 1000. Now we have to convert it in percentages. So we'll divide it by imports. So imports is 2500. This ratio is 2 upon 5, which is nothing but 40 percentage. So the profit percentage in this particular year is 40 percentage. And yes, it is the correct answer. All right. Now the last question for the day. In which period profit percentage was maximum? You'll have to find out which of these periods has maximum profit percentage. Now, no need to calculate individual values. You can observe the data given in the bar graph, given in this line graph, and just by observation, you can find out maximum profit percentage was in which year. All right, Nihar, Karthik, good. Now, observation says that, in the first case, import is 1500 and the profit is 1000. So profit is less than 100 percentage. In the second year, profit is 2000 rupees on 1000. So profit is 200 percentage. Okay, or you can say that exports are 3 times the imports. In none of the years, the exports are 3 times or more than 3 times. In every year, the export is less than 3 times the value of imports. Okay, so I can say that the maximum profit percentage should be for year 13-14, right? So the correct answer should be option A, right? Option A is the correct answer. 2013, 2014, yes. There was slight error in the options on the previous screen. Okay, really sorry for that, right? So 2013, 2014 is the correct answer. Okay, all right. So friends, that was all from my side for this session. I hope all of you have enjoyed and learned something from this session. Stay tuned to the YouTube channel of BYJU'S Exam Prep for more such sessions on the last lap to NMAT. We'll have these sessions till 3rd of October, after which Narsi Munji examination will start. So, like I was telling, like if there is any student who has missed the sessions of last lap to NMAT 2022, so in these 15 days, like last 13-14 days, we have already started the revision for Narsi Munji. And in case you have missed any of these sessions, don't you worry, all these sessions are present on the YouTube channel. So you just subscribe the YouTube channel and you can get hold of all these sessions. All right. Also, don't forget us to join for NMAT 2022 first impression and detailed analysis on 12th of October 2022. Right? On 12th of October 2022, we'll be telling you what is there in this year's NMAT examination. All right. Please do like this session, subscribe the YouTube channel of BYJU'S Exam Prep, and press the bell icon so that you will get the notifications of all the upcoming sessions for the next few days. All right. You can follow us on Instagram, subscribe the YouTube channel of BYJU'S Exam Prep, like us on Facebook, join our Telegram channel, and download the app from Google Play. That's all from my dear friends. Thank you very much for being the part of this session. All the very best to all of you for the upcoming examinations. Have a nice day. Bye bye.